Hi. I would like to apologize for the sheer amount of groaning in this video. I don't have a fucking clue why there is so much. I guess I'm also apologizing for the video in general. Ow! I don't even know if you can see, you know? I had a coughing fit. Hi, party people. I look really bad and I'm sorry. There's not much I can do about it. Look at my new candle. It's hibiscus. Unemployment is like the most boring thing I've ever experienced in my life. But I mean, I would never go back to that job. I quit and it felt so good. I would never, ever, 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 ever go back to that job. I got stuff. It's a coloring book. Right? That's so cute. And then I got color pencils. I think it's good to buy things that will make younger you feel better. Maybe this really will help me. You know what I mean? I've been feeling anxious this week. I quit my job. Huge source of anxiety because apparently change makes me feel anxious. What a joy to find that out at the age of 20. Wow, these are cute! Look. Look. This is cute. I don't know what this video is. Like, I don't have a goal. So, like, we'll see if I ever post this. Anytime I feel the need to film something, I'll just, like, take videos of myself talking about nonsense. And then they just stay in my gallery and occupy space, and then I delete them when I need more space because I go to concerts. Woohoo! What was I talking about? I took my written test, and the anxiety that I suffered on that day was unlike anything. I think genuinely that's the most anxious I've been in like 3 years, including literally relocating. I mean, first of all, the written test, everyone was like, oh, it's so easy, and I was like, okay, yeah, you keep saying that to like calm me down. But the fact that everyone is saying is like it's so easy makes it so that like my failure will be that much more of a spectacle. Like if I don't do well, then it's like, wow, look at that fucking idiot. She couldn't even pass the easiest test known to man. And I hate multiple choice. I'm more of like a philosophical girl, you know what I mean? Like, ask me a question, let me elaborate, let me make up bullshit. But if it's like, oh, choose this, it's too much, you know what I mean? Before I left, because I have an anxious bladder, it's like an anxious / nervous bladder. I peed probably like 87 times. So I was only awake for like 2 hours. I peed like 87 times. That's insane. I was sweating. I had to change shirts. Like I was sweating really bad just to go and do the test. And I did fail the first time. For the first time, I only failed because I was nervous, you know? I wasn't even reading shit. Like I couldn't see anything. I was just clicking and I was like, okay, whatever. How many questions is on this test? How many questions is on this test? And then I did it and it was like, you have not passed. And I was like, fuck. So I was just standing there and I was like, okay, now we gotta go hard. And then I passed the test. Thank God. So now I have to get my behind the wheel test. For that one, I know I'm gonna have an anxiety attack and I feel like that's gonna be like a really fun adventure. Because I have my first driving lesson today and the guy was super nice. You know how in the car, like, they have their own set of, like, brakes and gas? I could feel him pressing the brakes, and I got so loose with myself, because, like, I'm not going to be a good driver, I know. I'm either going to have intense road rage or intense anxiety on the road, for sure, because I have road rage as a pedestrian. When I could tell that he also has controls, and I could feel him, like, pressing the gas a little more or pressing the brake more, I kind of was like, so there's no point of me doing anything. So I was like looking around, I was reading the signs, I was people watching, and then he'd be like, turn. So let's see how driving works out for me. I think I could survive a tsunami. I don't need to hear it. Like, I know you're gonna lecture me and be like, no, you can't, like my sister does that shit too. I think I could, genuinely. I just like, cause, okay, this sounds awful because it sounds like I'm like discrediting people who haven't. It sounds so much worse than I intend it to be. If I explain the logistics, it sounds like dumber and it sounds insensitive. You know what I remember the other day? You know that trend on TikTok where like all the TikTok boys were wearing Spider-Man suits? What the fuck was that? We need to look at ourselves. No, let me tell you. I was talking to my sister and my best friend. Separate situations. And I came to the conclusion that some people need a cap on how much they can say daily. Like the worse person you are, the less words you get. And then we decided like really bad people, this is me and my sister, we decided really bad people, like you get like 2 syllables a day. But like think about how helpful that would be. Do you know how many people talk and just talk because it's like they can? Like if you only had 13 words a day because you're an awful person, like I'm thinking about like hate speech would go down because people would be like, okay, I have to say goodnight to my kids, have to tell my wife I love her. So I'm not gonna waste my words saying this. You know what I mean? Yeah. I have weird energy, but I've also been incredibly depressed this week. I say this week as if on the topic of like tsunamis and like natural disaster surviving and stuff. If I were in an elevator and it was falling, why the fuck would I ever lay down on the floor? I like a good escalator. I am also a Converse girl, and recently I bought Nike Blazes. Are they blazers or blazes? Who cares? I recently bought a pair and I showed them to my sister and she made fun of me. And I was like, thank you. But she doesn't know what's up, you know what I mean? Like, she's like a trend follower. So as long as I just do it, then she'll be like, wow, Olivia, I love your shoes. Can I have them? And then I'm gonna be like, fucking never, ever, 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 ever. If voodoo dolls are like a real thing, whoever has mine, you are a master at your craft. You're either like the best in the game, or you're like completely like a rookie and you're really bad at your job. But given the way that misery has been perpetual in my life, I say you're like a know-it-all. Like you're like all powerful in the realm of voodoo dolls. First time I tasted someone else's spit, I had a coughing fit. I used to be called like Mija by some of like my coworkers or managers, and I'm like, it feels so warm. But then one of them stopped calling me Mija, started calling me Senorita. I was like, no. I'm kind of coloring like a baby. Katy Perry has never won a Grammy. Isn't that criminal? Like, when you think like 2010s, you think Katy Perry. Not even like musically, you just think like Katy Perry. Her videos, everything. The problem is like when I get irritated at everything. But like, I saw this TikTok and some girls like rating books that she read, and people were like, what about this book? And I was like, obviously she hasn't read it yet. Fucking duh. Absolutely ridiculous people can be sometimes. How much you want to bet I can fit my whole fist in my mouth? Ow, fuck. Like, I'm 20. Have I done anything memorable with my life? Like, fucking absolutely not. And when I turned 20, I did have a huge breakdown. And when I turned 19, I had one too. When I turned 18, I had one. Huge. I think the biggest one was when I turned 17. Last Friday night. Really, really, really want to get Heelys. So bad. That's like such a step, you know? Like, once you get Heelys, you're like at the top of the pantheon. Big word. That's my living room. What is this video? Like, Alexa, can you play Birthday by Katy Perry on Spotify? This smells really good. No Grammy. Isn't that criminal? How does she not have a Grammy? God, I really need to urinate. Give me a sec. Should I just draw on myself? For you are not beside but within me. My favorite lyric. I give you a test. Make it like your birthday. This is really fucking ugly. How do you draw a heart, bro? God, I can't draw for shit. My sisters are great artists. Like, both of them. So for me to not be an artist, that's like one of the most offensive things I've ever experienced in my life. Oh, she's got tattoo. Okay, now I'm just drawing on myself and that looks like an ass. Don't tell anyone. Oh, this is difficult. The problem with periods is like it really affects your whole body. If it was just like a bleeding thing, that's manageable. But the fact that it affects everything else makes it unbearable. I don't know what I want, but I do want tattoos. Like, I got dad, I got mom, I got the ones that I want, and then I want the butterfly like on my abdomen. Yeah. Sorry. I'm gonna be really annoying for like just a wee bit of time because I don't care about copyrights. I'm gonna just fucking stop talking to you. Oh! That was loud. Get them to swap our places. Look at my socks. Ice cream cone. I know all the words to this song, so I'm gonna rap. Rise to the top. Man, the man is non-stop. Gentlemen of the jury, the liberty behind the liberation. This is my dad's, and he was gonna give it away a while ago, and I was like, no, I'll keep it before I even came here. It's so faded and so fucking old. but I'm like incredibly attached to it. And I'm never gonna stop until I make him drop. I'm burning off the scatter that remains. Watch me engaging, I'm escaping, I'm enraging, I go to France for more funds. I come back with more guns. New Bentley truck costs a quarter. Money's too long like we. What's do what the order? Like this song makes me want to dance like that. Last Friday night. She's my wife. I fucking love Haley. The whole damn zoo. It's just social implications of broader this party. This has to be in sunglasses. Rapper, tattoos, piercings, and she just learned to twerk. Being burned the word that's only legal with the doctors know. Real deep. No. Could you ever keep me safe? Best album of the year. I can't do it. Stop, fuck your bitch, and they click you. Wait. There's like certain artists you shouldn't sing with if you feel like you're gonna like your energy doesn't match the song. You know what I mean? Like that song is very much like you nod your head in like respect and like appreciation. You know? I don't have the right energy for that song. Do you know what I mean? Like nobody should ever outsing Tupac ever. Stop talking. Fuck. Ooh. This has been my top song like 3 years in a row. I fucking love this song. That's very James Diamond. What exactly is this video? Like I'm trying to actually think like critically. What have I even fucking done? Sounds like a joke. Cupcake's music is actually good. I also started dancing like a mom. That line always makes me cry. Kofi Olomide, Congolese king. I do. And if you wondered if I hate you. Spinning on my life. The fact that Paul Mescal probably sang backup vocals for this gets me. You're gonna listen to me layer vocals because I got fun stuff recently. For starters, there should be like microphones for dummies because I can't tell you how many cables I bought and every single one of them was fucking wrong. What is this? Audio Technica, I think it's the AT2020. How fun. No cables came with it. Can you imagine that shit? There's like different types of cables. Female and male. How annoying, right? Patriarchy never just wants to be chill. But I had to get this. And at first I got, what did I get? I got female to USB and I have a Mac, so the USB didn't even fucking work. And I was like, okay, yeah, that's on me. Then nothing was fucking working at all. And I was like, what the fuck? So I realized I had to get a sound interface thing, right? So I plug in the female to the sound interface thing. Like whoever thought of naming cables male and female is the biggest bitch on the fucking planet. And then you plug the male into the microphone itself. But guess what? It's not gonna fucking work unless you plug it into a power source. USB-C, because USB-C is the only cable that'll fit here. You don't know how many cables I've been through. And then now you have all this shit, right? Plugged in to your laptop. And then you have to wear headphones to avoid feedback. The light is on, that means it's collecting. But you have to press 48V because that's the amount of electricity this needs to work. And that's why the light is lighting up right now, because I'm being loud and I'm reaching. You know what I mean? Then you have to turn down all the gains when you first plug it in, which I forgot to do. You see, it's working. Now, after all of that shit is plugged in, you're like, oh, like, why is it still not motherfucking working? You have to go to the sound on your laptop and you have to choose the input and the output. How annoying. I have to do it or it's never gonna work. You know what I mean? Like, especially because I'm unemployed, it's like, not only do I have nothing to do, but I have to get started or I'm never gonna be anything ever. Old vocals that sounded fine, but I realized like you can hear the, what is that thing called? The metronome. You can hear the metronome in the background because I wasn't wearing headphones when I did them. So that's like fucking annoying. So, God, I'm gonna throw up for real. So now we're gonna see if this even works. And the cables are fucking jumbled up. See, when I say that everything irritates me, I'm not fucking kidding. But at least I got tats. Making jokes that nobody finds funny. This is gonna sound bad, but this is like the beginning of a bigger thing. You know what I mean? Why did that scare me? You know what I just remembered? You can still hear the metronome because I'm not wearing headphones. I'm not fucking getting headphones. I'm just gonna remember.
It's like a rat.
Wait, the fuck am I doing? Problem is I also get very, like, unmotivated and, like, really, really fast. Because if I'm not good at something at first try, I'm like, wow, so I'm a failure. Like, I can't compartmentalize at all. This is really gross, but I have to swallow all the phlegm. Fuck! Cool. Shut the fuck up. I'm fucking... I'm shaking. I just thought it'd be fun to show you. Because I like this part, but right now I'm not in the mood to sing, and I'm sick, and I don't want to sing. Cool. Okay. Timing is all off on all of these, too, because I don't have the metronome. That's okay, though. The timing is off as fuck. Let's hear the difference. Timing is really, really off for all of them. Can I do that? Sounds kind of like a ghost. Part of something bigger. It doesn't sound good now, but that's fine. Oh, I can't do high. I'm sick, motherfucker. What's the crescendo? Just by adding humming to the background? See, the timing is off, but this is basically what it sounds like. That's all you get. And then 3D placement, etc. But I'm bored and I don't feel like producing right now because I'm not good and it makes me very sad. We need to listen to that song. Can I show you the YouTube version? This video is all over the place. You're gonna cream your pants, young man. Oh my god. I forgot it was connected to the speaker. I wanna be emaciated. Look at this shit. God. Live, laugh, love, Phoebe fucking Bridgers. I love her. I'm gonna show you something else that's also crazy. Oh my god. Not only is she loud, she goes higher in the last second. Anyways, thanks so much. I don't have a plan. That's crazy. Usually I have like at least like a sort of outline of a plan. I don't know. I don't have anything. I'll take you through my tabs. They're really simple and like brief because I don't need a lot of things in my life. I have like 800 tabs open. It's absolutely ridiculous. But I couldn't tell you what the fuck is in 80% of the tab. Ah! I almost dropped my laptop. It's fucking embarrassing. I can't believe that. That was so embarrassing. Can I show you something magical? I'm literally gonna wear the beanie just for him. And I look bad in it, so like, please be nice. This is a beanie. Love on Tour beanie. I look bad in beanies, I know. Like, don't tell me. Fuck. I know. Look what I got. Look what I got. Look what I got. How cute. There used to be like Krusty Krab ones. I wonder whatever happened to them. I look genuinely like I look appalling. I don't look good in hats. I'm wearing it for Harry, only for Harry. He'd be like, Olivia, can you jump off this cliff for me? I don't even care if he's going next. I don't care. He could say it with a look of disgust on his face. He could be like, Olivia, I fucking hate your ass. Jump off this cliff. I'd be like, of course, sir. Do you want me to drag it out? You want it to be swift?
It doesn't matter whether you live in a house, flat, or a boat. It's love.
I got you, you know? Look at this quote that I found recently that hurt me so bad. If being hard on yourself worked, it would have worked by now. So heartbreaking. Too many Glockies. Another quote that I found. It's not an evil thing to look at yourself with kindness. Your life was never meant to be a punishment. Unreal. Many Glockies.
It's very harshly worded, isn't it? I'm really sorry.
She said you're old as dirt. Emily Blunt is lovely. She said you're old as dirt. Quote of the century. Too many Glockies. I'm really sweating so bad. Why does no one ever talk about Michael Bolton? His music, God, I'm sweating. His music, his voice, big old boner, toner, pitch perfect. First of all, fingers crossed he's not a bad person. Because if he is, I refuse refute. If he's a bad person, I take that statement back. I rescind my statement is what I was looking for. But if he's not a bad person, he's so underrated because his voice is crazy. Ooh. I'm sitting on the floor. That's why there's a cupboard behind me.